Hey guys, it's Cartoon12 of DeviantArt and Comic Fury, back for another drawing video. So for this week's feature, I'm going to be talking about this really great webcomic called The Wolf at Weston Court. And basically, if you like fantasy stuff like fairies, elves, different fantasy stuff like that, then I think you're really gonna like this comic. And basically, it's about this guy, and he's a tailor, and suddenly this fairy lady, and when I say fairy, I mean literally she is a fairy, but even though she's a fairy, she's not tiny like Tinkerbell or anything, you know, she's a normal sized person, but she has wings. But basically, she kind of busts into his store asking, or I say asking, more like demanding that he sew her up a dress for this ball. And of course, he refuses to do it. And little by little, just more craziness happens. And it turns out she's like a renegade fairy, and these other fairies are after her, looking for her. For what reason, we're not entirely sure yet. But basically, like, a fight breaks out, and his store gets blown up and everything. And now he, her, and this other character that I'm drawing here are all on the run now. And that's pretty much all the farther that the comic's gotten so far. But I think it's a pretty interesting story, and it's got some really great characters in it. And the character that I'm drawing here, his name is Elgin, and he's my favorite character in it. He's one of the regular customers in this tailor shop, and he's like a real ladies' man, and he's this rich guy, but he really likes adventure and stuff. Like, even in like the opening chapter where the fairy girl is kind of holding up the place, and she takes him like captive, he's like completely unfazed by it, and is just like, oh wow, I'm getting kidnapped, like this is so exciting and stuff. Like, that pretty much tells you what that can't talk. That revealed his whole character right there. And but that's just what I really like about him, is that this guy is just like game for anything. Just like pretty much nothing phases this guy at all. So I've got my laptop nearby, and I got the comic pulled up so I'm able to draw him just right. And I will have links to it in the comments section, so definitely check it out. And this comic, I forgot to mention, this comic was made by their username is Lee Renard Rue or Rooks. I think I kind of have trouble pronouncing it, or Lee Renard Rooks, I think. If I'm badly mispronouncing that, which I probably am, I'm sorry. But yeah, and the other thing in this comic is that it's kind of got a sort of a steampunk vibe going. Like, the characters kind of wear these like Victorian clothes and stuff, so if you're into not only just fantasy, but if you're into like that steampunk stuff, you'll probably like this comic too. And he's wearing a scarf here, so I want to make sure I get that right. And he's gonna have to go bald for a second here until I get his clothes done. Yeah, he's wearing like a vest and scarf here. He was dolled up a little bit more, but at this point they got away in this stagecoach and they're still kind of blown up a bit from the little incident that happened in the tailor shop. Get rid of some of these guidelines here. And he's got this long hair that's swept back, so just want to make sure they get that looking right. And we'll rough it in first and then go back and detail it later. I normally wouldn't move the paper this much, but I want to make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing because the camera can't show everything all at once. He usually has this one little rogue strand of hair. Get rid of some more guidelines. I think we're almost done here. I'm just trying to see if I'm missing anything else. I don't think I am. And there we are. There's Elgin. So to Les Renard Rooks, or Les Renard Rue, I'm sorry about the name, but I really am enjoying your comic, and I can't wait to see where it goes next. And you guys should definitely check it out too. So until next time, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and bye-bye.